one of the great Chinese Zen masters, Linji, or Rinzai as they say in Japanese, had a passage in his discourses where he says, "O you followers of the way, if you meet Buddha, kill the Buddha. If you meet the patriarch, kill the patriarch. If you meet father or mother, kill them. Kill everything you meet. Stand above it, pass on, and be free." Now this sounds terrible. It's as if a minister were to get up in church and say, every time you say Jesus, wash your mouth out. And until they do that, Christianity will remain pretty dead. It's interesting that the Buddha had a disciple by the name of Ananda, who loved the master very much and was sort of his very close personal friend. And he was the last of all Buddha's disciples to attain enlightenment. He was too attached to Buddha. So that, in a way, being religious gets in the way of religion. Now, does that mean, on the other hand, see, here's a puzzle about Krishnamurti, who explains this very carefully. But his earnest disciples, which he doesn't admit that he has, can't read anything except mystery stories. They try. He says he never reads a religious book. He never reads the Bhagavad Gita or the Lankavatara Sutra or the Tao Te Ching or the Bible. A friend of mine was sitting next to him on a plane and was fascinated as to what he was reading. And he was reading a mystery story. Fine. There's nothing against that. But if you can only read mystery stories, and if you can't join in any religious observance, you are in some way curiously limited, because you have made a religion of the religion of no religion. Ha! What a trap that is. So those Puritans who broke down the idols of the church and burned, like the Caliph who burned up the library of Alexandria because he said either it is the Quran or it is not in the Quran, and the Quran is the only thing we need. So if these books are not the Quran, burn them. In the same way with Bible bangers. So they have this iconoclastic attitude against all the wonderful, colorful, exuberant activities and arts that have flown from the great religions. I think that's silly. To me, it's a hang-up to be against religion, because to be against it is still not to have transcended it. So, however, if we are going to have an attitude which accepts religion but transcends it, Bernard Berenson, you know, made the interesting remark that he regarded himself as a graduate of the Roman Catholic Church in just the same sense as he was a graduate of Harvard University. He was very grateful to the Catholic Church, but he didn't swallow it anymore. He wasn't a member of it any longer. And I take the same attitude to the Anglican Church, and for that matter to Buddhism. So one gets therefore to the point where beliefs are seen to be obstacles